So here we have four 3-pound grow blocks of lion's mane mushroom. And I'm growing these for two reasons. One, to make homegrown kits to sell to people so that way they could grow them at their house and continue, studying or eat them with food, or like what I do, I'm gonna cultivate them and sell them dry, sell them in gummies, and for all that goodness. I grow lion's mane mushroom for a few reasons. One, I like to have mental clarity, but two, my son has autistic issues, and when I've given him the gummies in the past, I feel like it's helped him focus a lot better and just in daily life and lower down his stress levels too. So that's why I like the lion's mane mushroom, not only for myself but for him, and hopefully this could help other people as I produce it and push it out there for other people. So what I'm going to do is the classic wrap it, wrap these, make a slit on the side. I'm gonna do two of them like that, and then I'm gonna do two of them where you just cut open the slit at the top and let it grow up from that way. So that way we can see which way is the best way to do it. So without further ado, let's get this started. So pretty much as I've done with this one, I'm going to do with this one. All we're trying to do is cut off the oxygen. So that way there's only one way it gets oxygen. And we fold this all the way down. There's some still in there, but we're going to push it out. So once we crumple it down and put the rubber band on it, the only place it's going to get oxygen is where we make the slit and then spray the water for it to trigger the primordia and create mushrooms. So I have these two. Hold it down. I should use them to hold each other. Hold on. Have their tops folded up. I'm gonna make a slit right here. Probably disinfect the spot where I'm gonna cut at with some isopropyl. And then after I do that, I got some clean water out of a fresh water bottle, so it hasn't been tampered with. This is a very brand new bottle, so never been opened except for when I put the water in. And on top of that, I'm gonna keep this in the fridge because to trigger the mushrooms there needs to be a temperature change. I have good airflow in here. It's gonna be on my sink, and my sink is not too far away from my window, so it won't be direct sunlight, and everything should be good. It'll just be like that, sunlight from the window, not directly at it, and it'll be bouncing off, everything else. The mirror, the walls are white, so it'll get a good enough amount of light over here, even though it's not anywhere near the window for it to get baked. Now for these, what I'm gonna do is cut open the top and spray inside, so that way the oxygen is coming from this area, and that way, I might cut it down a little bit too, but the oxygen will be coming up this way, so the mushrooms will be growing upward, and that will be the only oxygen source. And then you keep these bags like this, so that way it keeps it moist up inside there and humid for the mushrooms to grow. So we're gonna see it this way with the bag still intact and the mushrooms just grow up, or the bag slit is a better way. So here's the test, and whichever way works best is the way we're gonna go with more. So I got my sterilized scalpel, already sterilized and wipe off this area. So pretty much all I'm going to do is make a slit across. Start here. Hold on. So, one big slit across. Let me sterilize this again. Wipe it off. No, it doesn't have too much on it. Make the other slit. Hold on. That way you can get a better view of what I'm doing. Once again, start right here. Boom. One big slit. Exposes the mushrooms to fresh air. Then what we do next, use the cold water. And I won't do. I need to open this up. What the fuck is going on? Well, this is really unexpected. There we go. Nice little spray. So we're going to activate the primordia when we spray this. That's good enough. Boom. Nice little moisture to get it started. That way it stays moist. I'm not going to wipe it down or anything. It stays moist around here. Plus, I already wiped this whole area with disinfectant, so there shouldn't be any germs growing. But the fresh air, the moisture around the area, I'll spray it a few times in the morning before I go to work. When I get home, spray it up again. But the moisture, the air, the constant airflow, everything going around here, because I have AC, so and the vent's not around here, but you get a nice little draft in here every now and then, so everything should give this the perfect condition to grow the lion's mane mushroom. Now what we're going to do is go into these bags, cut them open, and do the same thing. So what I did was cut off the bag just past the port. Leave it so that way it can still close a little bit, but still open enough to have fresh air. Close a little bit, still open enough to have fresh air. Now what we're gonna do is spray the bags. So give me 1 second. Let me set up the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Open this up. And let me give you a nice clean mycelium. Everything's good. Same thing with this one. Yeah, nice and good. And I inoculated these with the agar. I got it in my old videos, so check them out. But the agar, lion's mane mushroom, I made 40 jars of the agar, so I still got a lot more jars to go through. And this is just the beginning of my process. So check me out. Take the water. Okay. Get it started. Okay. Get it started. With the bag so it stays a little bit humid, but leave it open enough to where it could still have some oxygen flow. Now we're going to see which one of these methods gives the best results. The slit or the cut open the bag and let it grow towards the sky. Now on top of that, I have way more over here growing, and I'm going to keep this cycle going. Like in a little bit, I'm going to go pressure cook some more. These were the next batch after these batch that I had, so these are pretty much almost ready to go. You know, like this one. Pretty much there. I'd say like another week. This one was the next batch after that. These ones were the next batch after that. As you can see, everything's going good for all these batches. No contam. This right here though, this one, hold on. This one right here is actually reishi, because I have cordyceps, reishi, and lion's mane, mushroom, mycelium in jars as liquid culture, actually in syringes, not vials. But once this takes and completely takes over and is doing pretty good, I just inoculated it on the 10th, you know, my birthday, but pretty good. I could probably shake up the bag, make it go faster, but you know, I've been leaving these bags all alone ever since I started them, and they are doing fine just by themselves. So what you may ask what I use for nutrients, all I used is water and raw organic honey. Now the reason I use raw organic honey is for many reasons, and it all came in one thing. So mushrooms need calcium, potassium, you know, all that good nutrient type stuff. And if you look up all those nutrients, a lot of them are in honey. And on top of that, honey has sugars in it, and mushrooms like to eat carbs. So not only does it have sugars, calcium, potassium, magnesium, and it has antibacterial fighting properties. You dilute that down in some water, you know, put that as the water medium with the honey, and it turns into not only the water that's needed to make the block, but the nutrients needed to grow it. And you don't need to buy a whole bunch of soybean hulls or calcium powder, magnesium powder, you know, potassium powder, all this other crap, crack up some eggshells or all that. Look at this block. Completely healthy, white as fuck mycelium. The same thing with everything else. With the honey, there's antibacterial fighting properties, so I have yet to see any contam in any of the bags that I've produced so far, and I've been doing it for like 2 months to like a month straight. So everything, and man, my agars are kind of getting old now, but as soon as I drop them in the bag, they take off, and you know, mycelium's white and compact, and it's nice. No contam on the rest of the hardwood sawdust. So pressure cooker's working fine. Honey's working good and doing the antibacterial properties and keeping any type of fungal or bacteria away from growing. And on top of that, it's creating a great nutrient source, not only for reishi mushroom, but for the lion's mane mushroom. And since bees are insects, I was thinking of putting the honey inside of the rice mixture when I make the rice for the cordyceps. That's the agar. This is one of the latest batches. That's the agar. Little mushroom that it was producing on the agar because I've had it for so long, but now it's about to take over this block. These are one of the newer blocks. As you can see, the agar still isn't took, but you can see the white mycelium on top. And I'm gonna just keep this process going, you know, oldest to newest, and just keep recycling the order, so that way I could keep producing more lion's mane grow blocks. Once I have the reishi, I'm gonna spread this in other grow bags, keep one bag as my medium to keep making more, and put it on some agar dishes as well. But same thing, I have another rack over on the other side of the room, and I'm gonna do the same thing, so that way I can not only make lion's mane mushroom gummies, dry lion's mane, sell that, make lion's mane powder, make them into gummies, sell that, sell the grow blocks. So 3 ways to sell that and help people out there who want to get to it and continue the species in a healthy way, in a good product. Not only am I going to do that, but I'm going to do that with the reishi as well. Same thing, dry grow blocks in case you want to grow it at home and make gummies out of it. And once I get the cordyceps going, you know, they're all going to be individual, but once I have them on a cycle to where I can have all of these producing all at the same time, then I'm going to make super gummies where I have cordyceps, reishi, and lion's mane all in the gummies. So that way it's like a super gummy. And I know they already have them out there, but right now I'm a small business owner trying to make it bigger and eventually have a good business to where I could keep producing this product and send it out there for people to stay healthy, stay clear-minded, and have a lot of energy naturally. So thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more videos, and this is my mushroom process that I'm trying to make grow larger. As you see the process, it's going. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, and hopefully you guys keep subscribing and share my videos. Thank you.